than the baby?
Yeah. Probably like 6 or something. I could be way off on because it's been a while since I've looked at the case. It was on like Dateline or something. Now, he thinks that the dad was abusing his baby because this was still a little baby.
Like an infant.
The dad claims that his son was carrying the baby and tripped.
He put it off on the little boy?
And the baby hit its head on the ground. I don't think anybody ever did any jail time. And his baby died.
Wow.
Oh my God. That's sickening.
But yeah, I mean, there were...
Oh, I think if I was the dad, I'd have done some jail time.
Yeah,
I haven't looked. I looked at the story, when I first saw it, because I was like, oh my God, I know this person.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it in a long time, so I can't remember if there was reason they thought the guy was abusing. It was something about shaking the baby. I think maybe it was the results
were kind of borderline.
Didn't match up with the boyfriend's story or something.
Not enough that they could absolutely definitively prove it, but enough that they were like, Well, I was reading about a case this morning before we came over here, and it's one of those, there's not a lot known yet. It happened like 2 weeks ago in Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, I don't know, somewhere in the South. This kid was 8 years old. He lived in the home with his mom and his great-grandparents, so the mother's grandparents. And they were getting ready for school, and he choked on popcorn. And they took him to the ER, and he died there. Mom, I don't know if you've ever been with anybody in the hospital when they die, but it's a long thing. Even if it is natural, you have to wait. And so while everybody's waiting for the funeral home and stuff, Mom disappears. Mom goes home. Mom is not crying. Mom is not upset. Mom goes home, strips the room down.
Which is totally normal.
Yeah. Does the laundry.
I might have disappeared, but it'd been go outside and smoke a cigarette, and then I'd come back. Not go home and clean.
No, they didn't even know where she was.
Clean the crime scene.
She went home.
Exactly.
She stripped down the room, rearranged and reorganized his room, and came back hours later, and they were all like, "Where have you been?" So
what did she? How did she reply to that?
She said, "I went home."
Oh. She didn't try to hide it.
No, she just said I went home. And now here is what I'm really not clear about what happened. They're not the coroner. I watched an interview with the coroner, and he basically he just kept looking at him I'm not saying nothing. And
why?
I don't know. They've arrested her 2 weeks after the boy died. They've arrested her for sexual battery.
Oh.
They're not saying on the boy, but that's all they've said. I don't know if that's just a charge so they can hold her. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, if the boy is dead,
they did an autopsy.
They can't arrest her for sexual battery on the boy.
Why can't they?
Because he's already dead. The victim is deceased.
It doesn't. If you sexually batter me to death, you can still get arrested.
No. If sexual battery is the cause of death, yes.
Yeah, I think that's what they're saying.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, no.
But they're not. They literally won't say anything. They're
what is sexual battery? Why wouldn't
I don't know.
Rape
and
rape is sexual battery, yeah.
Right, but that to me and they were they asked.
I wonder if was she a big woman?
I don't know. No, she wasn't actually. She was not. She was not a big woman.
I was wondering if she smothered him.
She was wrong. I don't know. I wondered, and this is, I don't know what it says about me, and I went there, but I was wondering if it was a sexy choking thing, because choking on the popcorn.
Accidentally.
Okay.
And, literally, I can't think of anything else. Or either they saw some marks of suspicious nature on him, and they're just trying to get a placeholder to hold her. Maybe that's what it is, and that's why they're being so tight-lipped. But they were with the coroner, he was you could tell the
You're saying the reporter was asking and he wasn't going to give him anything.
The reporter kept trying to like...
See, my mind went to a bad place too, and I was thinking maybe she smothered him, and maybe there was evidence of something on his face.
Could have been.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I didn't think of that.
The guy, the reporter asked the guy. He's like, "So you did an autopsy?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Do you have definitive cause of death?" And he said, "No, but I can tell you that I am almost completely certain that it won't be natural causes." And that's all he said. And he said it in such a way that you could tell he was like, "Just let me out of here. This is just so gross. I can't even." He was so uncomfortable. And but yeah, so I thought that was
yeah, that didn't sound.
And the thing about it, like, apparently this lady had been, like, it was her hometown that
was she married?
They were divorced.
Okay.
And she was youngish to have an 8-year-old. She'd had these same, like, 5 women that were like her BFFs. They were like practically sisters. They'd been that way since they were kids. And one of them, they all rallied to her, like you would. But even they started to, like,
look at her sideways.
Yeah, because they were like, her reactions aren't normal. Like the going home and cleaning, because they all went to the hospital when they said he was in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
And they were some of the ones that missed her, and they were like, where the fuck she go? And then they said that she said she didn't want she wanted a closed casket, and they were like, you really need to think this through. You may regret, you may need that closure. You don't get do-overs. Really think it through. And
well, if she's not showing any fucking emotion for her kid that just died, I'm sure closure is probably not on her list of to-dos.
I think at this point they thought that she was in so much shock.
Yeah.
Right.
That she was like shell-shocked and just couldn't show any emotion. And this is
that is
right.
Fact,
that can happen.
Reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah, that can happen. Some people fall apart. Some people lock it down tight. It's. But her friend and her best friend, she's like, this is when I was like, something not right here. She said, I don't want to be anywhere near him. Excuse me. So yeah.
Okay.
And apparently though, like, up until this happened, everybody thought she was a great mom.
Wow, so that took a hell of a turn, didn't it?
Didn't it?
What the
and I'm still trying to, I don't want to think about it too much, but I'm still trying to figure out, is the sexual battery, like, related to his death, or is that just like, look, we have found a mark on him, we can't explain it, we're grasping at straws so that we can keep her. And maybe that's, hopefully,
well, if they arrested her for sexual battery of someone who is dead.
But they didn't say. They didn't say it was on him.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're not releasing.
All right.
They're just saying she's being held for sexual battery.
That's pretty damn vague.
Yeah. So maybe they're just grasping at straws because they know something hinky happened and they're just desperately
biding time to
trying for her not to get away with it.
Yeah, to finish the investigation.
Yeah, I can understand the being in shock or trying to push down your emotions. Like, when Grandma died, I'm sure I cried, but I was really keeping everything inside. And one day, this had to be months later.
And that happens.
It was years later.
Oh yeah,
because yes,
it may not
we were
been
at the
years
mall.
later.
It sure the fuck was.
But anyway, that little
it was like 2
thing
years
right there
later.
says if tears something.
I remember that.
We were in the mall and we were walking through the store and I saw it and I just instantly bust out crying.
Yeah, I remember when that happened. It was years later because Chris told me about it.
Your grandma died in December of 2007, and that was probably 2009 or 10.
Yeah, it was. We'd known you a little while.
It was just,
and we were walking through.
It was a shock to me too. It just
that
all came to a head all of a sudden.
That can totally happen, especially if it's something you haven't dealt with and you've just kind of tamped it down. But I don't want to be anywhere near him. That's
not right.
That's weird.
Yeah, I can't imagine a mental state where that is an appropriate
response. It'd be
response.
one thing where someone was like, "Oh, I just can't handle it right now."
Yeah, all of that.
I can't bear to look on his face.
She said it.
I could totally see those, but to say that I don't want to be anywhere near him.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not a fan of being near dead bodies
either.
But I think I'm, no matter how grief-stricken I may be,
You're not
probably
gonna say
word
that.
a little bit more, fucking tactfully than that.
If she said, I don't think I can stand to look on his face. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, totally fine.
But yeah, so apparently even like everybody's just kind of like, like we're out.
Yeah, everybody's like, "Whoa, hey!"
No, I would think
don't look in her eyes and back away slowly.
I think it would have to be something sexual with her going home and cleaning his room, stripping everything
to get like
rearranging, looking for stuff that may have been hidden or something wrong.
So there's something hinky as hell.
It makes you wonder what the fuck that poor child went through.
Yeah, no kidding.
And
that's why I could not be a police officer.
No,
because I'd be like, boom.
Because
no one ever said the kid was having problems.
No, they said he was a happy kid, bright. Matter of fact,
maybe she had been doing this since he was a baby, and he didn't know any better.
Like, and maybe that's why it came to a head. He was starting to get older and start, maybe he was starting to realize something was hinky, and like. I don't know, but now all I can see is his face, and it's just.
What's the problem, Chris?
Oh, the fucking antivirus kept throwing the thing up because there was
gang signs.
No, it was reading an iTunes membership.pdf as a virus.
Oh, Lord.
Because
fuck iTunes.
Yeah, it kept saying it was malware.
Why is your voice so loud on there?
Because I'm closest to my microphone, and I
no, I don't. So everybody hears Chris better.
No, all right, eat my ass. Look, the knobs are all the same.
We all know he's a prima donna,
except for his knob over here that you can't see.
Motherfucker, I got a knob for you.
He turns up to 11.
Well, so any other weird, crimey stuff?
What about this girl? I think in Texas that her boyfriend, I guess, was videotaping her. She gets a thing of Bluebell out of the fridge.
Oh, and licks it.
Her
pops
ass.
the top back on and puts it back in.
I saw a thing. Her ass is facing up to 20 years in jail for that shit. Yeah.
Damn.
First of all, gross.
Well, yeah. I mean,
and if she did just that one and got filmed, how many other times has she done that?
Or stuff like that, possibly even worse.
And now all the ice cream makers are going to have to put a thing over the ice cream to protect us from weirdos.
Yeah.
Well, they should have one anyway.
Some of them already do, and yes, they should. They absolutely should. Why don't they?
Yeah,
well, to be fair, doesn't that Bluebell container have the little deal around the rim?
No.
Obviously not.
Oh, you mean the plastic?
The little clear plastic around the rim.
Some will either have plastic around the rim, or when you open it, will have like a
plastic
film.
sheet.
Yeah.
Bluebell has the thing about a rim.
I'm going to have to go in the store and look.
So how did she even do that easily without?
We're going to do some research. But yeah,
I'm not buying any ice cream without a seal anymore.
You're damn right.
I believe Bluebell has the plastic on the outside, and they don't have the.
I would think,
Well, some of them don't have any type of tamper-proofing.
Ew, and you can just get all up in there.
Yeah, you can go to this grocery store right over here, and there's fucking probably half of them don't have any tamper.
I have an idea. Just don't give her any jail time. Just sit her down. Every piece of food she eats, find the nastiest person you can find, and say, "Look, this dude is going to lick every damn thing you eat for a year."
Or just force feed her ice cream until she that would work too. Yeah.
I mean, you don't fuck with people's ice cream.
Yeah, I mean that's
especially Bluebell.
Yeah, that's the good shit.
That is verging on sacrilege. I mean,
Texas is going through a hard enough time right now with Whataburger.
Oh God, yeah.
So Texas is going through a hard enough time right now with Whataburger.
They fuck up
some Chicago bought Whataburger.
Well, the city didn't.
If they fuck up my Whataburgers,
they're gonna fuck everything up.
Oh, because let me tell you, I would kick you in the front.
I don't know why.
for a Whataburger patty melt.
I don't know why we cannot get a real Whataburger in Arkansas, Central Arkansas.
Because it's
not Texarkana. That's not really Arkansas.
Yeah, well, because it's a Texas-only chain.
It's not
It's not.
It sure the fuck isn't in Arkansas.
No, it ain't.
They got them in Missouri.
Yeah.
Like the real deal Whataburgers?
Got them in Oklahoma.
Yeah, they really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
not
know
just
that.
Texas.
I mean,
I
it's a
thought that was
Texas
a-
But
owned
apparently-
I know it was a
company.
Texas-owned
But
company.
apparently, there's like a fence around Arkansas,
Yeah,
and they're
like,
not allowed
no
to
Yeah,
go
just
in.
like there ain't a goddamn Joe's Crab Shack. Even though
Well, yeah,
I
yeah.
emailed them when that
Now
bar
you've started it.
No, before Bar Louie
Yeah.
went in at McCain Mall, I emailed Joe's. I was like, "Hey, I know where there's fucking like 18,000
Okay, wait a
square
minute,
foot
wait a
fucking
minute,
thing."
wait a
Had that conversation in person with the motherfuckers.
Yes, with the regional managers for Joe's Crab Shack.
And what were they like? We don't like Arkansas.
No, let me tell